Alright, so after I did the last video, I thought I should probably just show you how to set up. You could use TradingView, Fibonacci retracements. So this one's free. It's web-based. You don't need an app to get started. You could sign in up here. I'm going to sign in under my Card Psychology email. Create a new account using that. That's fine. So pretty much upgrade now. I don't know. Maybe it's not free, but I think it's free. That's just for an upgrade. Okay, so it's going to lead you to this. You could search for any instrument you want. Let's use Bitcoin. A lot of people. And this is TradingView is actually pretty nice. It is pretty user-friendly, I feel like. I'm going to click on all for the entire chart, but you could do like 1 day chart, 5 days, 1 minute, 6 minute. And I'm sure you can change all this. I don't use this often, but I have used it for instruments that are not on Thinkorswim. So this is 2017 up to our current price at 71,000. Now your Fibonacci retracements are going to be on the left hand side here. I'm going to click that arrow, Fib retracement, shortcuts Alt plus F. I think I made that shortcut previously, and maybe that's why it's picking it up from my other usernames, but maybe not. So you hit Fib retracement, and here's what the package is going to give you. Let's do from the beginning price up to November 2021. This is going to be your standard Fib package, so lows to highs. And this is what I never understood about the trading platforms is it's showing me everything like it's opposite of what I would want. Like I want to look out into the future to see when this retraces, so why would I have to look to the left and measure it this way? That makes no sense. So go ahead, click on this arrow, this circle or this circle, and you can start to change around your settings here. First setting I'm going to do is change my labels to the right. I'm going to extend this to the right. There we go. I'm also going to take away the background colors. I don't want to see that. And then I'm going to only include the ones I want to see. And I talked about these levels in the last video. I'm going to change the colors based on the colors that I usually use. We could put in 886 here too, so you could just change that to 0.886, 0.886. All right, you have to put the 0 in front. We'll do a gray line. Can we do dots? I guess we can't do dots on this. Okay. And then we're also going to put in our profit target, which is negative 0.236. And let's make that some type of blue. Okay. Use one color. No. Okay. Let's see. How does that look? Some of those grays are light, but whatever. For this video, this will work. There's got to be somewhere where I can change this background to black. I think that'll be easier to read. Let's see. Can I find it? Okay. So to change the color of the background, go to Settings, Canvas. I think we're gonna, let's see what a darker one looks like. There we go. I don't know. For me, that's what I'm used to, so it's a little bit easier for me to see. And you can see here our fibs. So this is how I like to set it up. I like to see things at the right hand side so that, you know, I can draw this move when it occurs and then just wait. So I think I showed you before the 78.6 was bought up. And what happens when I draw this to highs? We should be right at the 50%. Yes, we are. So we're sitting at a 50% retracement with profit targets. This one's 156. This is starting at 560. So should also be able to edit the values. Started at 0. I'm just starting at 0 because that's what happens with IPOs. They open up at a certain price, but you might want to draw the true halfway back from 0 to, you know, like maximum amount of risk that can occur. So you still have the 156 here from 0, but you know, I think you could see that it would be a helpful tool for analyzing any stock. What do we want to look at here? GameStop. People were up on GameStop a couple years back. So let's look at all time. Might be kind of hard to. Now if we do all time, retracements. It's a low here. So what happened there? GameStop went up to 120 on that squeeze. And we dipped all the way to the 88.6, actually dipped into it, redefended with a bounce, was rejected, and we're kind of sitting in between the 78.6 and the 88.6. And again, remember what I told you, a lot of the pros do in the pit. They'd move their stop up to here. They'd see that it broke the uptrend. They would remove this, and they would, what is it, Alt 7? Alt F. They would then draw a downtrend. So what does this look like to you here? It looks like a perfect rejection at a 50% for GameStop. It's perfect. So it's a perfect 50% short, we would call it, and with targets of -17, which, you know, obviously -17 can happen with stock, but it happened with oil futures. Went to -40 at one point. So what you would do, let's say if you were a buyer of GameStop and believed in them long term, I mean, obviously that target doesn't have to, 0 doesn't have to occur with GameStop. What would stop it from occurring is this opposing move long, where you would hope as a buyer that this 78.6 could redefend here at $21, leading us up to $78.51, which would be the break of the opposing 61.8 move short. And then what would you do from there? You would remove this short setup, and you would draw, let's say that GameStop went up to $78. You would then draw that up to $78, and you would wait for price to again retrace into, say, the 50, the 61.8, the 78.6. And what you could do is you could watch these stocks historically. How far do they dip? How much risk am I willing to give on a certain purchase? If you're a collector, what are you doing? You're just collecting at maybe a 38.2, maybe a 50, maybe a 61.8, 78.6. You know, these moves could take weeks to years to play out. So, you know, if you have the collector mentality, no problem. What's a stock that you would collect? Let's say this Schwab Dividend Equity Fund. This is probably one that I'm a collector on. Go ad free. Yeah, that would be nice. So this is a Schwab ETF, Alt F. %50 retracement. target was met. We draw up to the new high. Looked like sometimes they front run it. So like, where'd that go to? 1468, 1444. That's fine. Didn't meet its profit target, came back, defended the 50%, had participation buyers there, completed its target at -23. Pull up to the next. Didn't even retrace the 38.2. My guess is that it hit the 23.6. Let's just add that in. Yes, it did. 23.6. Just about to hit a profit target. So obviously this is uptrending. What's the one thing that could stop it from even like retracing below this high is, perhaps this high can turn into support. And from there, what we would do is we would actually draw up an extension high. And that's probably another video for another time. But, these are some of the ways you could start evaluating some of the stocks you're looking to purchase. What's another one that people might look at? This is another one people are looking at. Palantir. So this is drawing from $8. You'll want to draw from 0. That's basically 0. We had a defense of the 50% at $66, near $62. So they're front running it a bit, but it crossed the 38.2. Had some aggressive buyers, and what did we do? Actually, this is a really good example. So what's it doing? It's defending its previous high. So, if you leave the original setup, it's come back, and it has not broken this original high. Now, you could do this. You could say, well, it's just defending a 38.2, which is true, with targets of 258. It's looking pretty good, but you could also do this and draw an extension high from here with smaller targets. So you could do this to get in, and when it trades $231, you could, say if you have a stop on this, move it to break even or something if you're trading it, or if you're waiting for this dip and it never comes, you could use these minor dips to get back into the trend if you're taking that collector's mentality. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you was how to set up trading view accounts. I don't use them. I have in the past, but I use Thinkorswim. It's just easier for me. But this looks pretty good too, and I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with this and publish studies and explore what other people are coming up with. So that's kind of cool. All right.